Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. How's everyone doing? Just fixing the chat here. All right. It's Saturday again. We're back at the beach again. It is rainy, stormy Daniels outside. There we go. Have a fun stream on tap. I've been getting into a little more of the nerd stuff on the channel, and people seem to like it. So we're going to do a little bit of that. I know it's Saturday morning, so get your coffee ready. Should be a fun stream. Just putting some finishing touches in some of the settings. Oh, let's turn autofocus off. How's everyone doing? Interest rates. The CPI came out yesterday. It's a way of measuring inflation, and really right now, with the government shut down, it's the only report that comes out that the government issues that is on inflation. All right, turning all that junk off. Should have a little better video there. So let's get right into it. Let's go interest rates first today. 6.19 on the 30-year fix. Guys, we hit a 12-month low this week on interest rates. We broke the 6% floor on FHA. We got down to 5.95. I think that number is probably just a hair high, just the way the time that report came out yesterday, and the market didn't have a lot of time to react to it. So I think that we could very easily see this number even go lower next week. Plus we have our Fed meeting next week, which will be really interesting to see, especially now that the inflation numbers came back slightly better than expected. So according to Mortgage News Daily, these are our national average interest rates. Jumbo loans still a little bit lower than conforming, and we're going to be looking at 2 jumbo loans today. All right, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm doing the live stream without my coffee. I haven't had any coffee yet this morning, so we'll see how I do. All right, let's look at some market data. Every week, Gavin Hutkins over at Berkshire Hathaway sends over our market data. And these numbers, guys, I don't love them. New listings, 161. That's down 23% over the prior week. Pending sales down 12%, 183, and that number isn't good for 2 reasons. 1, it's down 12%, and 2, it's significantly higher than our new listings. And I saw it this week when I do my daily videos and preparing for the live stream, and I'm looking at inventory. I like to show the newest listings possible that hit the market. Good morning, Nuva, on the stream, and I've noticed the inventory. Yeah, details, home inspection, good morning. Inspections this week were slower too. So I don't know, it's weird because we hit a 12-month low on interest rates this week. FHA 5.90 is the lowest it got, and I expect that to roll into next week. So it felt slower across the board. We'll see what next week does. We'll see what the week after that does, after the next Fed announcement. So yeah, that's interest rates, or that's our market data. Let's look at lockbox activity. Every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a home, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. Lockbox activity for Oregon, I'm going to call that fairly flat, at down 0.7%. A little bit higher than this time last year, but look at Washington, down 3.6%, and we felt it. Our lockbox activity is slipping lower than it was 12 months ago, year over year. And that's crazy. When we look at, I don't think I have it up, on, I believe it was Wednesday's video, we compared a FHA mortgage from last November, the Saturday before the election, to today. And it had a significant impact. In fact, let me see if I can pull that up. Turn these off. So the White House special. So we did, we looked at, right before the election at a White House listed at 535. The interest rate was 6.62. And then we've been tracking this mortgage on this house. This house is sold and long gone, but we've been tracking what the interest rates do to how they impact our payment. So the same house in November 2nd, 525, the payment was $4,009, and then you can see we save $172 in December 7th after the election when interest rates dropped to 6.12. And then they kind of ping pong back and forth. And then September 6th came down to 5.95. And then if we look at this week's, we're saving $246 a month compared to last November. So that's significant when we talk about home affordability, that a $535,000 house, the payment is $250 less than last year. That's a significant impact on home affordability. And you can see with our inventory, our prices aren't going up. So I think that's all very, very healthy. All right. I think that's it for market data, my housekeeping items. All right, so last week, Details Home Inspections, I think it was Details, might have been somebody else, brought up financing a home with a second mortgage at the time of purchase. So using two mortgages to purchase a home. And this was very popular before the crash of 07. And what it does is it allows you to finance a home as if you're putting 20% down, so you avoid things like mortgage insurance, and you're taking out a second mortgage to cover part of that down payment. So we'll break into that here in just a minute. All right. Just gonna get the chat working on this screen. There we go. So we're gonna start out at 3521 South Kennedy Drive in Ridgefield, 5 beds, 3 baths, 2387 square feet. It's a lot of bedrooms for 2,300 square feet. Built in 2009, listed at $679,900. I think this is a very well-priced home. Right in that I need 5 bedrooms and I need to be able to afford it. Well, Details. We're gonna look at 80-10-10s anyways. But yeah, pulling out equity to purchase another investment property, either in the DSCR. I did a DSCR video yesterday too. So if you guys want more information on DSCR loans, go check out yesterday's video and last week's live stream. But it did get me thinking about, will 80-10-10 start to make sense again with rates coming down? So we'll look at that on this house. But I think at $679,000, this is a great opportunity looking for somebody that needs 5 bedrooms and needs to be able to afford the payment. All right. This home is listed by Jonathan. Let's see what Jonathan has to say. Welcome to this beautifully maintained 5-bedroom, 3-bath home in the desirable Kennedy Farm subdivision. On the main floor, you'll find a dedicated bedroom with office with a full bathroom, followed by a gorgeous kitchen featuring stainless steel appliances, a large island, gas range, and granite countertops. The open concept living room features high ceilings and a great view of the backyard patio. Step outside to enjoy the custom covered patio with exposed beams. Over $50,000 for covered patio and landscaping. Perfect for year-round entertaining. Skimming. Primary suites, walk-in shower. Oversized 3-car garage. Guys, this is in a very nice part of Ridgefield, very desirable part of Ridgefield. Right next to the new middle school and high school. Yeah, really popular spot. To be honest, I'm really surprised at this purchase price at $679. I would imagine we'd be approaching the 800s on a home like this. All right, let's look at some pictures. Okay, nice curb appeal. Nice wide driveway with concrete path going to the backyard. Gated gate and a fence, fully fenced it looks like. Nice patio. Okay, those appear to be engineered hardwood floors, like the millwork. This is our office, a bedroom. There's a bedroom. I think this must be the downstairs full bath. Okay, kitchen, granite countertops. I know this home is only 6 years old, but if you didn't like those cabinets, they'd be very easy to paint. But it does have a nice tile backsplash. Nothing too exciting here. Gas fireplace, wired for TV. Okay, here's our $50,000 back patio. Very nice. Love the exposed beams. Very well done. Beautiful landscaping. Nice big backyard. We'll have to see how big this lot is. Fire pit. Upstairs. There's our primary. This home feels a lot bigger than 2,300 square feet. Tile countertops. You're not seeing that very often anymore, but they are really nice big tile. Soaker tub. Bed number 2. Guest bath. Utility room. Going through these kind of quick, nothing, no showstoppers here. Nice big garage. Okay. All right, so many ways to finance a home like this, especially if you're trying to get your payment down as low as possible, or not wanting to put $70,000 down. If we were to go FHA, purchase price $679,900, loan amount would be $668,241. Interest rate, according to Mortgage News Daily today, the national average is 5.95, which we're going to be watching very closely next week. If we do a quick payment breakdown, principal interest $39.84. Property taxes on this Ridgefield home are $438 a month, $100 a month for homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance $299. Now you have two forms of mortgage insurance on Dirk, that was a very inappropriate text message you just sent me. Trying to make me laugh on my live stream. So mortgage insurance, you have two forms of mortgage insurance. On FHA, this is the first. You have it for the life of the loan, and that's something that you want to consider when we're looking at 80-10-10s on conforming loans versus FHA. You're going to have this mortgage insurance for the life of the loan, but realistically, we're not keeping this loan forever. If we're in a improving rate and market environment, there should be an opportunity in the next 3 years to refinance and remove that mortgage insurance, but refinancing is never guaranteed. Okay, if we were to compare this to a 10% down conforming, the interest rate goes up to 6.19, principal and interest 37.43. Taxes and insurance remain the same. Mortgage insurance in this example, if we do a non-government conforming loan with 10% down, the mortgage insurance is $110 a month, and you don't need to refinance to remove the mortgage insurance. After a set period of time or a set equity position what is achieved, you'll be able to apply to have that mortgage insurance removed. So you're not looking for a refinance to save that $110 a month. Now, you probably, just like on FHA, probably will be refinancing in the first 3 years. So, but it is something to consider. If we did an 80-10-10, our principal and interest $37.27, our second mortgage, which is a 10% down home equity line, $510 a month. Purchase price, property taxes and insurance are the same, but no monthly mortgage insurance because we're financing 80% as if we were putting 20% down. So, conforming over FHA, we save $430 a month, but our cash to close, without negotiating, our cash to close goes from $35,000 to $78,000. Now we can get this $34,000, these two numbers down if we ask the sellers to pay our closing costs, which you could probably get away with on this house. So you could be coming in with just your down payment. Now if we compare, if we remove that FHA option, if we compare just the 10% down versus the 80-10-10, we save $15 a month going with the 80-10-10, but now we're dealing with a second mortgage that we're gonna have to worry about refinancing, rolling it all into one mortgage. So right now, the math is telling me that it doesn't make a lot of sense to do an 80-10-10, but as interest rates come down, that could change. But it's a fun comparison. And let me scroll up so you guys can see that a little bit. It's a fun comparison because this was a really, really useful tool before the crash, where you could avoid mortgage insurance by having a second mortgage. But it doesn't make a whole lot of sense here. All right. You guys ready for house number 2? With friends like mine, who needs enemies? All right. So, gonna take a little lighthearted approach to this one. These next two homes, I found two new homes in Clark County. One downtown luxury, modern city home, and the next one's gonna be a luxury log cabin in Camas. We are going to 205 West 28th Street in Vancouver, 98660, 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,664 square feet, built in 2025, so this is brand new. Okay. On the map, we are in the Arnada District neighborhood in downtown Vancouver. Just west of Main Street on 28th. Uptown Vancouver is very, very popular. Lots of restaurants, and bars, and little shops and bakeries. Very highly desirable neighborhood if you want to be downtown. This home is listed by DJ. Let's see what DJ has to say. Come experience this one-of-a-kind modern masterpiece in the heart of downtown Vancouver. Expertly designed and built by Northwest Elite Homes. This stunning residence showcases exceptional craftsmanship and contemporary style throughout. Featuring 4 beds and 2.5 baths, the home offers an open concept layout highlighted by a designer kitchen with quartz countertops, an oversized hidden pantry, and elegant lighting. Expansive windows fills the space with natural light, complementing the warm tone of gas fireplace and beautiful tile work. Primary suite includes a spa-inspired ensuite with spacious walk-in closet. Enjoy the convenience of upper-level laundry room, lower-level patio, and upper-level deck, complete with a gas fire pit. I like the way that's written. Perfect for entertaining or relaxing. An attached 2-car garage and numerous high-end finishes complete this exceptional property. Yeah, just the fact that you have a 2-car garage in downtown Vancouver is pretty neat. Let's look at some pictures. Super modern, super contemporary. I like the landscaping. That will look really nice and provide some privacy once these mature. Yeah, very modern look. I love the wood. Okay. Love the flooring, 2-tone paint job, gas fireplace. It's a really pretty tile fireplace. It's so cool, the architecture of this home, how the windows and doors are all the same height. All the way down to the floor on those windows. Very modern dining chairs. But yeah, look at these windows. Super cool. Gas range, cabinets all the way to the ceiling. Very dark, but they pull it off. Like the black countertops, black backsplash, black cabinets with the brass hardware. I think it looks excellent. I would have not thought to do all black in my kitchen. Interesting. Is this like a secret room in here? Wet bar, pantry. Kind of a cool hidden pantry. Where is that? I think it's right here. Powder room. Upstairs. Bedroom number 1, I think this is the primary, with a man door going out to a rooftop deck. Yes, this is the primary. Beautiful bathroom, dual vanities, lots of windows. don't know what I think about those windows. I want to see the view from outside. Now I just want to see the back deck. Utility room, guest bath, also has dual vanity. Yeah, hopefully, Uwe, we get a look at the rooftop deck. Bed number 4. Okay, here we go. So so there's the master bath or primary bath. Very cool deck. Good morning, Nathan. Nathan, I think I found the perfect house for you. It's downtown Vancouver, just where you want to be. Super modern. And check out this. So this door here is the primary bedroom. Come out to your own rooftop deck. This home screams Nathan Gans. So downstairs from the deck, lots of concrete, and there's your 2-car garage. You know, at first I thought the price on this home was a little high, but now that we've walked through it, I think it's priced appropriately at $1,190,000. So if we were to put 20% down and have a jumbo mortgage, jumbo loans are a loan amount over $818,000. The national average on a jumbo loan is still less than conforming, which is very odd. 6.14 is our interest rate. We'll do a quick payment breakdown. Property taxes, $855 a month. Homeowners insurance, $100 a month, for a total payment of $67.48. If we wanted that conforming loan and we brought in an extra $130,000, we can get our loan amount down to $818,000. Interest rate on conforming 6.19. We end up saving $789 a month at $59.59. And then you can see our down payment goes from $250 to $384. And I think a lot of people that are maybe selling their first home or their second home and wanting to move downtown, I think that these down payments are reasonable for people in that position. Okay, let's get caught up on chat here. Yeah, Uwe, they do sell quickly. In fact, this one was hit the market, I believe, earlier in the week. So there's a good chance this home won't last the weekend. I mean, especially if you're looking at a condo downtown, like towards the waterfront, maybe one without a view, you're easily in this price range for 1,000 square feet. And then you go look at this home, which is just as modern, just as cool, but you get a 2-car garage, you get a rooftop deck for about the same price. I think this home will sell fast. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe, that modern design is not my cup of tea. I'm going to show you what my cup of tea is here next. But I think that we're seeing more of these modern homes because people are relocating from Portland or from California that like this modern design. So I think that's a very good point, Uwe. All right, this home is a little more. If the last home was for Nathan, this home is for me. We are going to 25520 Northeast 58th Street in Vancouver, 98682, 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,000 square feet, built in 2004. I was wrong. I thought this home was in Camas. Let's see exactly where this home is. We're out in Brush Prairie. Brush Prairie, Hawkinson. I actually really like this part of town. Yeah, awesome. This home is listed by the Eisenhower team. Let's see what they have to say. Discover peaceful living in this custom-designed log home situated on just over 5 serene acres in Vancouver, built in 2004 by the original owner who carefully designed every detail. This 3,000 square foot residence blends craftsmanship and comfort in a quiet, natural setting only 10 minutes from shopping and amenities. This home features 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, and timeless log detailing throughout. The main level includes a spacious living area with exposed beams and large windows that frame in the wooded views. Skimming. Main level office for remote work. Massive covered deck. Primary suite, loft area. I really wish it said barn and riding arena, but it does not. Okay, let's look at some pictures. Log cabins really are timeless. They don't really get dated, do they? Wood burning stove, just beautiful. You can take your fancy black marble modern kitchen. You can take all that. Give me the log cabin. Yeah, very well done. I'll go back here. I love looking out the deck. Looks very nice with the clear rail. It does feel like you're in like Whistler, Canada at a ski villa, right, Uva? Okay, kitchen's a little on the smaller side. Yeah, a little small galley kitchen. Here's our office. Powder room. Loft area upstairs. Cool. We have a built-in desk. Primary bedroom, again, kind of on the smaller size. Balcony. Wow, that's a beautiful lot. Primary bath, dual vanity. Bedroom number 2. Bedroom number 3. Guest bath. Living area downstairs. So here's where all of our square footage is downstairs. Very cool. Hopefully we get a shot of the back of the house. There we go. Yeah, how cool is that? Metal roof. Love the chimney. What a cool lot. Okay. Last house of the day, then we're gonna wrap it. Let's want to see what I was going to show everybody here. Okay, so it's just like on Nathan Gans's home in downtown. We're at 25% down versus max conforming. So jumbo loan versus max conforming. Loan amount on a jumbo would be $1,125,818 on the max conforming. Our total payment $7,825 if we're financing on a jumbo loan. $1,800 less if we're bringing in enough to get to a conforming loan limit at $5,983 a month. Here's how I would finance it. If I was selling a house and I had $700,000 to bring to the table, I'm going to go max conforming. And I'm going to add a 2-1 temporary buy down. I'm going to say, you know what? I've worked really hard to build up a bunch of equity and I just want to get my payment down as low as possible. So I'm going to roll over $700,000 in equity. And I want to get my payment low. I know interest rates will be coming down, most likely. So in year one, I'm going to ask the sellers to pay for a temporary 2-1 buy down. So in year one, our interest rate goes from 6.19 to 4.19, saving us $1,009 a month for the first 12 payments, bringing our payment to $49.47. Then in year two, our interest rate is reduced by 1% to 1 temporary buy down, bringing our interest rate to 5.19. We're saving $518 a month for the second year. And then years 3 through 30, we're at our full rate and full payment. So it's still a 30-year fix, so I'm protected if rates don't come down. And I'm benefiting from a lower interest rate for the first 2 years, and hopefully I can catch a refinance somewhere around this 5.19, the low fives, during those first 3 years. Now, if we look at a closing cost breakdown here, the cost to do this 2-1 temporary buy down to the sellers is $18,327. So there we have that charge, and then the sellers are contributing the $18,000 there. So that covers that 2-1 temporary buy down. And I think it's a great way to finance a home like this. Now, those 2-1 temporary buy downs is a loan feature. It's not a loan program. And you can add it to almost any loan program out there with the exception of jumbo loans. So that's why we're bringing this loan amount down to a conforming loan amount by bringing in $700,000 out of pocket. Man, we covered a lot in just 39 minutes today. 2-1 temporary buy downs, guys. You know, our strategies are always changing depending on what the market's doing. I like to say I help people finance homes in a smart way. Here was 3 great examples of that today. If you want a custom quote for you want me to run some analysis or some numbers for you, let me know in the comments. All my information's in the description, loansbycody.com. Thank you to all your support, all my partners that support the channel, Details, Uva, Nathan Gans. You guys are all studs. And we'll see you back here next Saturday. Like, subscribe. If there's anything you want to see next Saturday, let me know. Bye, everybody.